Hey guys, welcome to my channel Seikat's tutorial. Today we will discuss about Angular components. But before we start with several Angular elements, we must know uses of decorators. Decorators are new feature of TypeScript and used throughout Angular code. A decorator allows us to decorate classes and functions similar to annotations in Java and decorators in Python. With decorators, we can configure and customize our classes at design time. They are just functions that can be used to add metadata, properties, or functions to the thing they are attached to. When we create a component, we provide metadata for that class that tells Angular that we have a component and that component has a specific configuration. Now coming to component. The core element of any Angular app is a component. A component declares reusable UI building blocks. A typical component can have three sections. One is this import section where we import classes or services, then the decorator section where we declare or define several metadata properties which actually denotes how the component will behave when it is executed, and then finally we have this class where we put our business logic. To create an Angular component using Angular CLI, we need to type some command like ng for generate, then c for component, then the component name. Now if you want to create a component within a specific folder, then give the folder name. I want to create the component within layout folder. Here we have a layout folder, and within that I want to create a header component. Now just press enter. It will create a header folder, and under it we have this header component. Now as you can see, these statements, we have a HTML file, we have a spec file, we have a TS file, we have a CSS file for this component, and app module.ts has been updated. So once we create a component, that has to be declared in the module, in app module in our case. So if you see app module, header component has already been imported and it has been declared in ng module decorator. So that is one important step before we use any component. Now in Angular CLI we have several options through which we can direct the tool to generate the component. Like if we want to create any component without creating a directory, then say we are going to create a footer component, but we don't want a footer directory, then flat is equal to true. So this will not create a directory. See, it is directly under layout folder. Now if we want to give a specific prefix, like in footer we have app prefix for the selector, so that we need to customize. So prefix, then your custom prefix name, my app, press enter. So footer component is generated, as you can see, and here the second one, in footer we have this my app selector. Okay, fine. Now see what else options we can pass. So if we want to skip spec file generation, then what we can do, say min, and we don't want a test file for it, spec false need to be passed. And here in menu we don't have any spec file, as you can see. That is fine. Now in this generated components, as you can see, we have a template URL which defines the HTML of this component. So to link to any external HTML, we need to use template URL, and to use any inline template, we need to mention the property as template only. So to use any inline template, what we need to do is, say a section 1 where we will be using inline template is equal to true. So in section 1, see, we don't have any HTML, and in the component we have the template property with inline HTML. So in similar way we can have inline style as well. So those are the very basic options that we can use using Angular CLI tool to generate some components. But remember, when you create any component, that must be imported and declared in the ng module to use it. So that's it for today. In my next session I'll show you how component decorators are used and what are common properties of a component decorator. So thanks for watching. If you like the video, please do share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.